Hi, welcome back to Comic Book Gallery. I'm your host, Joaquin. I feel like I'm going back right where I started from. So I'm back in Southern California. I'm visiting my sister, but this time I'm staying with my uncle. And I just didn't want to weather or winter out in Seattle. So I'm down here where the sunshine is and enjoying life. So I picked up these books off of eBay to do a segment called Bad Art. And I purchased all these books for $1 plus $6 shipping. I also picked up a few other books that came in with this, but I'm not including them for this because I want to do a separate video on them. These books that I have here are the books that I bought for this video. So I ranked them in from worst all the way to best, okay? So you know what, you don't even have to, you're like, thank God there's glare, I don't have to see how bad this book is. But yeah, it gets really bad, people. G.I. Joe, Cobra Civil War #1. Let's just point out so many of the flaws here. First, this is okay, all right? It's so bad, but it's not that bad compared to the rest. What the hell is this and this? And look at the angle this is coming around. This is okay. But right here, come on now. No. The pose looks like she's, is she dancing? Is she a stripper? Look at the way her neck's going. And he didn't do a good job with her chin. I mean, putting this little line here, accenting a chin, is not good. So normally the Baroness is drawn as a beautiful woman because she is very sexy. And the women I've seen cosplay her look just like her in the comics or in the cartoon show. Yeah, that didn't do it. So there's not much more I can say about this. This is just really bad art, and it's a $3.99 book. That's insane. I don't know who would pay that. I mean, I paid $1 for it, and I feel like I got ripped off. For those of you who are new to my channel, hello, and I'm your host, Joaquin. And if you like what you see so far, hit the subscribe button, because on Mondays through Wednesday, I do comic book related videos, hence my name, Comic Book Gallery, a different way of looking at art. And on Thursdays, I do Sketchbook Thursdays because I'm an artist, and I'm developing a program where I'm teaching little kids ages 1st through 3rd how to draw. And if you want to support that, you can support me on Patreon, which is Comic Book Gallery. All right, now I got all that out of the way. Let's go. All right, now, I like this art. I don't have a problem with this. So, New Warriors, #1 variant. I mean, the art's cool. It's cartoonish, but, it's animals. But again, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with the direction they did with that. There's nothing wrong with this, okay? And I didn't list this like #2 as we're going up to improve art because this is bad art. I'm just, on the books that I picked up, this is where this ranks, in my opinion, Anybody can argue with me on all these other covers, but don't you dare say this is good art. And I'm sorry for whoever the artist was, the cover artist who did this, but man, who is the editor? All right, enough thrashing that. And I'm not going to say the artist because I'm really not about thrashing the artists or calling out names. I just want to show examples of what I think good art is. And sometimes you have to have examples of bad art. So this is good. I like this. Okay, so I like this one a little bit better than the previous cover. Not by much, because it's two different styles. And you got Harvey and Ivy and Betty and Veronica. And I remember this variant when it came out for a moment. People were excited about this and picking this up. But, hey, I picked it up for $1, which are true of most variants. So please, people, do your research. That's what my channel is about. stressing the fundamentals about learning how to gauge books and stick with a budget. And if you see my previous videos, that's what I'm doing. But for the new people, I do videos. Oh, wow. First, okay, so here we go. Now this, I really do like this artwork. This is Superman Batman number 10. And I picked this up for $1, so I'm really happy about this. Leave that up there for a second, let you admire it while I talk. Yeah, I know there's a little glare right there, but damn, that's a good cover. So, for those of you, this is your first time watching my channel's about working with a budget. I try to spend $20 to $25 a week on new books, and that's including with tax. I mean, last week I went over, but in general, that's what I do, because even if you have a lot of books that you want to read, you don't always have to pick them up that week, because the odds are they're going to be there next week. So I pick up any variants I like or any other books I want to read that week. And then the other budget that I have is $25 that I put away every week. And at the end of the month, I go and start buying books. And whether it's, one key issue under 100 or buying like this lot, that's what I do. And that's what my channel is really about. Just helping people, figure out a way that they don't have to have a lot of money to buy keys that are under 100 if they do their homework, if they pay attention to what movies are coming out, and they can figure out what characters are in there. And, besides my channel, there's a lot of channels that speculate and do that. And I watch the majority of them. But for me, my channel is trying to help people work with a budget, because I'm on an extreme budget, believe it or not. And this is what I'm doing with my budget. My goal is to open my own comic book store. So all these books that I'm buying, except for the Uncanny X-Men, because my goal is to have 1 through 300 run. I really did like that run, especially 1 to 200. The Chris Claremont era. I love his work as an X-Men writer. So that's what my channel's about. So let's move on to the next book. But again, you got perspective, right? They made her just enough bigger. So they made her bigger enough. She's up in the front. So because of that, she's a lot taller than the other two figures, almost by, a quarter of a length up, which is fine. That's the way it should be. And then because you have this image down here with the Amazons in training, this is just a great piece. I mean, you got the colors. The colors are nice and bold. And even though you have this red here, you got to try to watch where I'm pointing at. And this red here, you have this yellow-orange that could blend into it, but it doesn't. And I thought he did a good job with that. Same thing with the yellow and the yellow right here. I mean, I just can't say enough. Like, if you're going to be putting together a cover or a collage, this is a good example of how to do it. So, let's move on to the last book. This is a short video. I just wanted to get this out there about what I think about good art. And so this is Bombshell's annual, DC Bombshell's annual #1. So this originally had a cover price of $4.99. At one point, it had a $6 sticker. So this person probably purchased it for $6. Or maybe they got lucky and got this. I don't know. Sometimes you can get a good deal with your comic book store owner. Sometimes they give you discounts. But either way, at one point, we know it was cover. We know it hit up to $6. I picked it up for $1. And this was a great deal. And the artwork. Okay. So let's go over why this, to me, is a better picture than this. And it's like, I could have went like this. I could have put it in this order. I could have easily have done that. okay, and let off with this. But the reason why I like this is because of all the little subtleties, right? So you have all the shadowing coming here, and they did a great job with picking their light source. So the light source coming down, right, because you have the moon, and there's another light source that's coming through here, because that's why you have all these reflective light sources. And they stayed consistent. And it's not like this one didn't stay consistent, okay? But they didn't add an additional light source. No, I know, but I know I'm picking like really minute details, but that's what I am. I'm an artist, and I really do enjoy art. That's what got me into comic books, along with these great short stories, and I hope that's the same reason why you're reading them. I know there's a big collector and investment movement going on right now, but that's okay. You know, for me, this is what I collected for. My goal is to have a comic book store. So yes, I am interested in the majority of these books for financial reason. But sometimes you just get a book because you like the cover or you want to read the story. And that's all I'm trying to say, people. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button. Leave a comment below. Tell me what you liked about these artworks. Tell me if you agreed with the order. And if you're new to the channel, hello. And hit the subscribe button. And I will catch you later, people.